Hey, okay, so earlier this evening, the news hit that Wilford Brimley passed away. You may not know the name, but he's the diabetes guy. Now, if you're my age and older, you remember when he wasn't the diabetes guy. There was a time. In fact, when the news broke, my dad talked about how he was in Cocoon and The Natural and, started listing off all the movies. Yeah, so he had quite the movie career. And he was in one of the Ewok Adventures. And in fact, the Star Wars community is paying tribute to him right now and are posting tributes and everything, which is very touching and really nice and everything. But I remember when he did the Quaker Oat commercials and said, "Eat your oatmeal." I always ate my oatmeal. I was oatmeal got me through college, I'll tell you that. Those Quaker Oats got me through college. So I gotta thank Wilford Brimley for that. Oh, good heavens. I ate the oatmeal for breakfast, and I also made oatmeal cookies, so... Thank you, Wilford Brimley. Oh, my heavens. So... I'm not even kidding. If you think I'm making a joke out of it, no. Oh my goodness gracious. I survived on those on those Quaker Oats. Good heavens. So, but one person said it best, and I didn't see who it was, that Wilford was like the grandpa figure that everybody had, that America basically had, whether he liked it or not. And it's true. I mean, whether you saw him in movies or the TV shows or, just the commercials, and so yeah, he was. And I looked at his filmography and looked back at his earlier stuff. He was in True Grit. He was uncredited, but he was, I watched westerns with my grandfather. My grandfather was a huge fan of John Wayne, so I remember going to their house and I would watch all these different... It was always John Wayne, but so I've seen True Grit quite a... but I don't remember ever seeing Wilford Brimley. So now I'm curious. I want to see True Grit now. And not the best John Wayne movie. And when they remade it, I was like, really? That's the one you want to remake? From what I understand, the remake was just as bad. It was terrible. So why? Why did you do that? But anyway, so yeah, for those of you that are Western fans, he was in True Grit, so... And now, for some reason, I'm remembering he was a regular on The Waltons, so those of you that like classic television, and he was in The Waltons. It seems like there was another one that he was in, but I don't remember what it is. And, but he would pop up every once in a while in TV shows during the 80s and 90s, and, for some reason, I'm remembering in Matlock and Murder, She Wrote, but when I looked, he wasn't in those. But he was in Walker, Texas Ranger. You can make fun of that show, but it was actually a pretty good show. I watched it. Oh, man. I did. I liked that show. And, so make fun of me if you want, but yeah, it was a pretty darn good show. And he was still going. I mean, there was apparently a show that it was in post-production or something. So yeah, he was ready to do another show when he passed away. So which, you know, it doesn't surprise me because, I mean, Angela Lansbury is still active on stage. Dick Van Dyke is still very active. Betty White is still active. So, anyway, Mel Brooks is still active. So anyway, you know, it is sad when we lose anybody. And but remembering is the positive, you know, remembering the commercials, the those of you I'm sure remember the diabetes guy. And but I remember the the Quaker Oats got me through college, so I have to thank him for that. When I grew older, yeah, it got me through college. And you know, and of course we make fun of the Ewok adventures, but it just shows that he was there through childhood, you know. His I saw him through childhood, and that one gentleman was correct. He was the grandfather that we all had, whether he liked it or not. I'm sure he liked it. Because I'm noticing that a lot of people are saying that whenever they met him, just the sweetest guy. He he was just super nice. And that's another thing to remember. You know, when and so anyway, yeah, it's always sad when we lose somebody. But so on a final note, the condolences to his family and friends. And yeah.